My VOHeroes coaching superpower is an inordinate interest in technology. My name is Stuart Gauffi, and I'm based in the DC metro area. I've always had kind of a geek side that's interested in tech stuff. And particularly as it relates to voiceover, that has to do mostly with Audacity and other technologies. I dig into all kinds of things, but we leverage Audacity here, which is fantastic for me. I've been using it from day one. I literally downloaded it the first day that it was available over 20 years ago. And it has become a better and better tool over the years. And then when I met David and learned what he was doing with it and the methods that he had developed that take advantage specifically of how Audacity is set up and can work for you, it was just a match made in heaven, as the phrase says. So, and being able to take the technical stuff that a lot of people just don't have any previous exposure to, break it down, put it in plain English. Anybody that knows about Stuart's Audacity tips, I love talking Audacity and making it plain and simple. The part of VO coaching that I love the most is the connection with whoever I happen to be coaching at the time. There's something about working together to bring out something previously undiscovered that just is a wonderful experience for me. I'm most proud in a workout of mine when a pro is able to bring out something they were unaware of. And this goes back even before I was doing voiceover work, which is a long time, to coaching, acting, or directing in live theater. And it's getting past any kind of a barrier or something within yourself as an actor. And that moment of realizing that there was something that was always there, and now you know it's there, and it becomes yours. And it's just very, very exciting moment. My 3 favorite voiceover art categories are very difficult to define. But I'd have to say that my favorite work tends to be that involves characters. And yes, every voiceover job involves development of a character, and we all get that, especially at VOHeroes. But from a very young age, I identified with those people who built characters with their voices. So, Mel Blanc and June Foray and Rich Little and these people with just virtuoso flexibility to build characters. And so I would probably say, even though I don't get to do a lot of it, I would say animation is high on my list. I've done a ton of industrials, which, believe it or not, can involve some pretty good character development, and audiobooks are great for characters. So I'd probably say those 3. The biggest lesson that I share about the business of voiceover, besides the simple fact that it is a business, is that, especially these days, it seems like a lot of people who aren't involved in the industry and are interested in the industry think that voiceover is just a matter of sitting down and recording yourself because everybody talks. And yes, everybody talks, but as our heroes are well aware, it's a lot more than that. And the framework of VOHeroes, I think, is brilliant in that you talk about the commerce, the tech, and the art. And those of us who've been involved in acting for a long time get the art of it. We understand that aspect. Many of us don't really get the business, and so that's a really important part of it. My end of it, that I tend to lean on quite a bit, is the tech end, and I've always been involved in that. And so kind of bringing those pieces together into a cohesive whole is probably the most important thing that I try to bring through coaching and help people be more aware of, kind of the 3 legs of the stool, if you will. When I'm auditioning or performing as a talent, this is what a home run looks like. They're so different but similar. And for me, it's the reaction. And it goes back to, when I was in live theater. There's nothing that grabs me more as an actor than hearing the audience react, a gasp at a particular moment, that they've caught the nuance of what I'm trying to bring across. Auditions, it really varies depending on the situation of the audition, but it's the same kind of thing. I remember one particular one where I gave a take on, and it was the first take, and there was no response from the other side of the glass, and I kind of sat there waiting, wondering what was going on, and the client just sat there looking, and finally the engineer turned around and said, "Well, what do you want us to do?" And he said, I don't know what else to do. That's perfect. It was, I didn't think it could sound like that. And so for me, I've done my job. What else could you do? So that's got to be a home run. And it just feels great. The most powerful shift in my mindset occurred when I realized that the things that I had been doing in other areas of my existence outside the world of performing were becoming more and more valuable in the world of voiceover as we shift more towards technology-based capabilities. I'm beginning to, now I'm well past that point, but at that point I was beginning to realize that these things that I had learned and experienced elsewhere in life were becoming integrated into my ability to perform as a performer, as a voiceover artist. And that was just exhilarating, because suddenly it wasn't another part of things, it was all becoming a cohesive thing. I'm Stuart Gauffi, and I'm based not too far from the cherry blossoms in our nation's capital.